My wife didn't cheat suddenly. She changed quietly. Later nights, shorter conversations, longer silences that sat between us. At first, I told myself it was nothing. People get tired. Life gets busy. Marriage goes through seasons. That's what I believed. Or maybe, that's what I needed to believe. Because the truth is, I started noticing things I couldn't explain. The way she held her phone, like it had something to hide. The way her smile changed, like it no longer belonged to me. And every time something felt off, I did the same thing. I ignored it, not because I didn't see it, but because I wasn't ready for what it might mean. Until the night I saw something. I can never forget. It wasn't always like this. There was a time when coming home actually meant something. She used to wait for me. Not every day, but enough for it to feel real. We would sit together, sometimes talking, sometimes saying nothing at all, but it never felt empty. Back then, silence was peaceful. Not like this. I remember the small things the most. The way she would laugh, without holding anything back. The way she would call my name, like it mattered. The way she looked at me, like I was enough. And maybe that's why it took me so long to see the change. Because I was still holding on to that version of her. The version that made everything feel steady. Even when things around us weren't. We weren't perfect. We had our arguments. Long days. Moments where we both felt distant. But I never thought I would become a stranger in my own marriage. It didn't happen all at once. It happened slowly. So slowly that I didn't even realize when things stopped feeling like us and started feeling like something I didn't understand anymore. At first, it was small things. Things you can easily explain away. If you don't look too closely. She started coming home later than usual. Not too late. Just late enough to feel different. When I asked, she always had an answer. Work. Traffic. A friend needed help. And every reason made sense. So I accepted it. Because it's easier to accept a simple answer than to question something you're not ready to face. Then came the distance. Not physical. Emotional. Conversations became shorter. Replies became delayed. And the little things we used to share started disappearing. I noticed it. Of course I noticed it. But I kept telling myself the same thing. It's just a phase. That's what people say, right? That relationships go through seasons. That not every day feels the same. So I adjusted. I spoke less, so I wouldn't annoy her. I asked fewer questions, so I wouldn't seem suspicious. I gave more space, hoping she would come back closer. But instead, it felt like the more space I gave, the further she went. And then, I started noticing something else. Something small, but impossible to ignore. It was her phone. Not the phone itself, but the way she started treating it. It was always face down, always close, always protected. Before it never mattered. We would leave our phones anywhere. On the table, on the bed. Sometimes we even used each other's without thinking twice. There was nothing to hide. At least, I thought there wasn't. But now, every time her phone lit up, she noticed before I did. Every time it buzzed, she picked it up too quickly. And sometimes, she would read something, pause, then type, slowly, carefully, like every word mattered. That was new. And I felt it. That quiet feeling in your chest. That doesn't shout, but doesn't go away either. I tried to ignore it. I really did. Because once you start questioning something like that, there's no going back. Either you find nothing, and feel guilty for doubting, or you find something, and everything changes. So I chose silence. I chose peace. Or at least, what I thought was peace. But deep down, I already knew. I just didn't have the courage to confirm it. I didn't plan to follow her. I told myself I wouldn't. I told myself I was better than that. But that night, something didn't sit right. She said she was going out, just for a while. Nothing unusual. Nothing new. But the way she said it, the way she avoided my eyes, it stayed with me. So I waited. A few minutes after she left, I picked up my keys and followed. Not too close, just enough to keep her in sight. My hands were steady, but my chest felt like it was carrying something heavy. Something I didn't want to name. She didn't go where she said she would. That's when I knew. This wasn't in my head anymore. She turned into a quiet street and parked. I stopped at a distance. Lights off. Heart racing. And then, I saw him. He walked up to her, like he already knew her. Like this wasn't the first time. She didn't hesitate. Didn't step back. Didn't look around. She just smiled. The same smile I thought belonged to me. I didn't get out of the car. I didn't call her name. I didn't make a scene. I just sat there, watching everything become clear, without a single word being spoken. And in that moment, I realized something. This wasn't a mistake. This was a choice. I didn't confront her. I didn't call. I didn't even wait to see what happened next. I just drove home, in silence. The same roads I had driven 100 times. Felt different that night. Longer. Heavier. Like every turn was asking me a question I wasn't ready to answer. When I got home, the house was quiet. Too quiet. I walked in, sat down, and just stared at nothing. No anger. No shouting. Just emptiness. I kept replaying everything in my head. Every late night. Every short reply. Every moment I told myself it was nothing. And the truth was, I didn't just ignore the signs. I helped them grow. Because I wanted peace. More than I wanted truth. And now, I had neither. That night, I didn't sleep. I didn't cry right away either. It came slowly, quietly, like something inside me finally gave up holding everything together. And in the middle of that silence, I asked myself one question. How did I stay so long in something that was already gone? Sometime before morning, I stopped asking why it happened, and I started asking why I stayed so long, without seeing what was right in front of me. That question sat with me, heavy, but honest, because the truth is, it wasn't just about her choices. It was also about mine. The things I ignored, the things I excused, the things I refused to face, because I was afraid of what I might lose. But that night, I realized something I hadn't seen before. Losing her wasn't the worst thing that could happen to me. Losing myself was. And somewhere in that silence, with no answers, no explanations, no closure, I felt something I didn't expect. Not relief, not happiness, but clarity, the kind that doesn't come from people, but from something deeper. For the first time, I stopped trying to hold everything together, and I let go, not of the pain, but of the illusion that everything was still okay. And in that moment, I understood something I'll never forget. Sometimes, what breaks you is the very thing that sets you free. She didn't break me. She revealed what I refused to see. And in losing her, I finally found the truth I was too afraid to face. If this story spoke to you, subscribe. There are more truths like this that people don't talk about.